Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, little video there on the new Wrestling Jesus channel. Subscribe today, ladies and gentlemen. Was reading some of that wrestling news a couple days ago there, maybe 3-4 days ago. This junk came out or whatever there. Cody Rhodes. Now, folks, correct me if I'm wrong there, but weren't we hearing a bunch of talk about how WWE sucks and it's bad because they do scripted promos? You know what I mean? AEW, it's so creative, they don't do scripted promos or whatever. Well, it turns out Cody Rhodes, not only is he, I guess, scripting promos, it has to be, but not only that, but it seems he has a full focus group, apparently dedicated to his promos or whatever. Apparently, maybe he scripts his own promos, whatever the fuck have you, maybe he writes him. But then he has apparently a focus group, a bunch of people, and I guess he practices his promos in front of them or something. Should I mention my daddy again in this one for some sympathy views? Should I use my father's name to try to look like a bigger star again, guys, this week? Should I pretend to cry, guys? Yeah. Yeah, Cody, just pretend to cry this week, Codes. Get him good, boy. Get him there. Like, what the fuck? The fuck is this shit? Like, WWE's bad for having, like he wrote a thing about this, you know what I mean? I'm just going to paraphrase. Basically, he says, I know it's not going to sound cool or whatever, but I actually have a full focus group for my promos. It sounds funny to say kind of deal, but we're a data-driven company. Yes, a mongoloid-driven company, ladies and gentlemen. A company full of freaks or whatever, and major hypocrites there. And the line that I didn't like the most in this, he's like, I know guys from Dad's generation are gonna bullshit and say their promos were all off the top of their head, which is bullshit. You see the constant need of these modern wrestlers, aka AEW wrestlers and indie losers there. You see the constant need of them to bash the prior wrestlers that were better than them, you know what I mean? Why would he even say this? Because he's a fucking schmuck goofball using a focus group for his fucking sensitive fake promos there. Apparently he has to shit on the fucking generation prior. So are you telling me that fucking all these great promo cutters from the past was Ric Flair cutting promos in front of a focus group or whatever? Is this what this goof wants us to believe there? You know what I mean? Apparently all of them were using fucking scripted promos. Roddy Piper, Macho Man, his own dad, all of these greats there. Why would he fucking do a goofy interview like this and try to discredit all of these great promo cutters from his dad's fucking generation or whatever he says? Oh, these guys are gonna bullshit you, and I refuse to believe. Yes, obviously they're gonna have shit planned in their heads, but I refuse to believe, that these guys were going to the lengths that Cody Rhodes is going there. What's he doing? Spending 4 or 5 weeks writing these junk promos? And apparently these are promos done in front of a focus group. Who are the retards in this group? allowing him to do the mongoloid promo he did a few weeks ago or whatever, where he's talking about Black Lives Matter stuff when he's going up against a black guy, like America versus fucking UK. He's trying to sound like a politician. The promo was considered to be horrible by a big portion of the fucking wrestling fan base or whatever. He claims some people say the promo is one of the best in modern history. Who said this? Is it his focus group telling him this? Because his focus group fucking sucks if that's the case. You know what I mean? Maybe these older wrestlers, they write a few things down. They're not fucking scripting promos back then the way this little fucking goof is trying to make it sound. They were wrestling every night. It's fucking cutting promos every night. Sometimes they would wrestle twice. Were they fucking scripting a fucking ton of promos? These guys were pros. They were good. They were talented, which is something that Cody Rhodes isn't. He just happens to be the son of a famous wrestler, a mid-carder at best, folks, trying to discredit an entire generation of real wrestlers and promo cutters just to try to excuse his garbage focus group. Get the fuck out of here. He claims his promos have been held to such a high standard, so people are picking apart his words and stuff. So he needs a focus group. People are judging my promos. We need a focus group to make sure nobody can go against what I say. Daddy used to do this too. Don't let his generation bullshit you. I mean, get the fuck out, you fucking schmuck goof bastard. You know what I mean? His promos held to such a high standard. This guy comes on the scene trying to present himself as Triple H, disrespecting a wrestling god like Triple H. Who the fuck does this schmuck think he is? Triple H at 50 years old would fucking kill this guy in a real fight. He would kill him in promos, and he's way better in the ring than Cody Rhodes could fucking ever dream of. Accomplish more than that little turd will ever fucking dream of, He's the prince of pro wrestling. Apparently, there is this again coming from his focus group, because I never heard anybody call him this. I never heard anybody say that his dad was the king of wrestling, so he's the prince. Fuck off. This is just him making up retarded shit about himself. Like, give me a fucking break. They call me the prince of pro wrestling. No, nobody calls you that, you fucking goof. You know what I mean? He's gonna change the world, stuff like this. If he comes out and presents himself like this, like he's some kind of wrestling savior that's going to change the world, the way he tries to present himself as a big fucking star on the show, the interviews, the goofy shit he says, that's why people are picking apart the stuff he says, because he presents himself like he's so fucking good all the time, you know what I mean? If you act like this, then people are going to pay attention and they're going to fucking criticize more. They're going to pick apart the bullshit if you're claiming to be so fucking great. You know what I mean? Fuck this guy. Fuck his focus groups. Whoever's in your focus groups, fucking fire him, because it ain't working. WWE's bad for scripted promo, and they have not only scripted promo, obviously, if it's going through a focus group, it's all auditioned and fucking practiced a million times in front of a focus group. Like, take your fucking shitty promos, take your focus group there and shove it up your fucking ass, you know what I mean? Fuck Cody Rhodes and his goofy fucking promos. Until next time. Peace.